here are my colors. I think what I'm going to do is in this mold, I'm going to first outline the outer edge with the darkest color, because you can go with the opposite as well. But you know, a lot of people tend to afterwards put gold at the edges, you know, with a gilding pen, or you know, even with acrylic paints. But sometimes it just looks nice when you can see through and you don't have a hard definition at the edge. And I sometimes prefer that, although I am going to try a few gold ones as well. But I feel that the last client I did this for, they preferred it too. So to make that happen, I think I'm going to do a darker edge and then go light and then do a really dark sort of a purple middle to give it more like a flower effect, or you know, a little bit of contrast. All right, so let's start pouring. You can squeeze the cup a little bit so that it becomes thinner, you know, it becomes narrow so that you can get the edges better. Okay. The last one I just did a puddle pour. So I just started with the center, and I started, you know, like in an acrylic painting, started pouring one after the other, the colors right in the middle, and it started pushing the previous colors out. This one, I'm just trying the edges with the dark, and then after that, I'm going to start the puddle pour in the center. Swipe this away. That's good. And then whatever the little edges you see that is not filled will get filled as we pour in more resin. Okay, so the next color, I think I'm going to do a little bit of white right in the middle. Just trying something different. A little bit more here, even though this is the smallest sort of mold. Then let's go with this blue. Let's test it out. I think the colors are looking fine so far. And don't worry too much about it not being in the center. It's an organic shape coaster anyway. Okay, so I'm wondering if I should pour a little bit of clear before I do this, or maybe I do the clear later. Maybe I'll pour a little bit of clear, because I like when I pour the clear, a little veins start coming. Pushes the color out and it starts making these lovely sort of veins. So let's try that out. Okay. See, it pushes and then the white starts, you know, having a like a lacing effect. Now let's do this aqua color. Okay, and you see it's getting narrowed, that gap. All right, and then now, of course, the depth of the coaster is not yet achieved. So I'm going to keep pouring and keep layering and see how that effect goes. So I'm going to do a little bit of white again. I like the way that white is reacting. And remember, I made it very transparent. Try not to get drips. They sort of stand out. Okay, maybe a little bit more here. All right. Not bad. It's looking quite pretty. Now, I guess we just keep layering. So I'm gonna save, I don't think I have much blue, but I might save that for a little bit later. So let's use this blue again. And you can see the white sort of closes in. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's the, you know, the concentration or the sort of density that is lighter, maybe. I don't know. Even the blue is closing up a little bit. Okay, that's looking a little bit of a smoky effect, which is very pretty. I actually may not even use that. I don't know. I mean, I'm loving this effect right now. Okay, there's more depth to go. So I'm wondering if I should use a little bit of clear again. Definitely want to save a little bit of clear in case I use that plum color. So just before pouring that, I want to put some clear. So I have some. Oh, a few drips. You can always just wipe it off. It's just liquid at this time. Love the little phrase over there. All right, so let's go with the aqua. I don't know what to call this, more aqua green. Maybe turquoise. Okay. Wherever you feel there's less of it, just add the last bit. Okay, this is all done. Now I think maybe a little definition of this. I just have very little left. I wish I'd saved a little bit more, but it'll do. And there's all these websites where you can go and calculate how much resin you need to make certain art projects. I, for the first time, just eyeballed it and sort of, you know, guessed at the proportion, and it worked. So this is the second time I'm doing it, and I'm just going with it because it worked the first time. So I'm going to put, I think, white now with that darker color. Oh, it instantly closes up. These look like eyes to me. Even the first one I made just looks like beautiful eyes. Now a lot of people use alcohol ink. I definitely want to explore that. I do have some, but maybe for next time. All right, let's use a little bit of the clear. Twice I can use this right now. And yeah, I still have some gap left. Okay. Okay. Now, what should we do? Let's use this blue. We can just use up this blue now. These blues are so beautiful that I don't think you can go wrong layering any sort of color in whichever sequence you want. They're just gorgeous. Okay, now what do I have left? I have clear, I have that deep plum color, the wine color, and then I have a little bit of white. So let's use white. Let's finish up whatever white I have. Okay, cool. This one is almost getting to the top. These have a little bit more gap, so I'm going to pour more here and a little bit less there. So I'm going with the clear first, and I'm going to finish that. Come on, less of it, Rakhi. Okay. And let's finish these up. When you keep the colors a little bit transparent, then they blend also well. You know, they don't just stand out one layer after the other. A lot of people go for that look when you know, you're doing certain kind of art, but that was not the intention here. Okay. Now the question is whether we should use this or not. I think we should go for it because it's definitely looking very light in the center, and I think it'll give a good effect, and I have it anyway. So life is all about experimenting. So let's do it. Just mixing this a little bit. It seems to be standing out, the colors from the resin. I think it's just the way this color is. All right, guys, wish me luck. Ooh, that's pretty. I don't think you guys can see very well right now, but when I take you in for a close-up, you'll see that this is doing many things. Okay, that doesn't have that much space. Let's put some more. Let's distribute it here. And it closes up anyway, because the other resins push it back. I'll be very curious to see how the back of these coasters look tomorrow morning. And that's it. At this point, a lot of people tend to make designs. You can go with a stick and make some flowers or petals and stuff like that. I'm going to leave it like this because a lot of my clients have shown interest to buy these, and I'm liking the way it's looking right now. So I'm just going to, go with it and say stop. Okay guys, I'm going to torch this. I'm wearing a mask, so my voice is a bit muffled. This is a new blowtorch. You can see the bubbles popping. This again. Just go over it quickly so nothing burns. I'm doing it from a distance. And that's it. If you do too much, then the resin might stick to the silicone mold. So that's it. So we're all done, guys. Let's take you in for a close-up, and let's see how this turned out. I hope you can see there's a little bit of a glare in my workspace. See that? It's almost like it could be an iris of an eye. It could be like a swimming pool, a beautiful tiling at the bottom of a swimming pool. It has the ocean colors. See that? It's beautiful. And this is that last one. So let's zoom you out. It's a bit of a glare, but I'll definitely show you how I demold these the next morning, and I'll take it out in the sunlight and show you the effects of it. Right now, all I'm going to do is cover this. It's very important you cover your work. I have a box, just, like a parcel box that I've taken out one side from, and I'm just going to use that as a cover, and so that, no dust, and this resin, every little speck of dust shines on it. So it's very, very important you cover your work, because it's so time consuming doing all this, and then you don't get that effect at the end. So please do that. Okay guys, see you the next morning, I guess, when I show you the demolding. Thank you. Bye for now.